Oh, okay, we're live. All right. Hey everyone, this is Felix the cat for Game Boy. Suppose we'll go ahead and get started here. So three, two, one, go. All right. So Felix the cat for Game Boy is a port of the NES game. It's much shorter. It's also a lot more laggy. If there's anything I've seen from watching the speedruns of that game is that it looks so much faster because the game isn't lagging every I don't know, 10 seconds or so. Anytime there's a moving platform on the screen, you can expect it to be lagging. Anytime a lot of things are happening, you can expect it to be lagging. But we'll talk about the mechanics of the game. So Felix here has a magic bag, and when he collects these Felix tokens, that honestly he kind of looks sad. I've never really understood that. The tokens he kind of looks sad. Anyway, so Felix, every 10 coins you get, you'll upgrade Felix to like his next form, I guess. They all kind of have different attacks and look different, and they're fun, but ultimately for the speedrun, we're going to try and get to the fourth form at the correct time, because the fourth form, at least in the regular Felix mode, which I'll get into that later, but the fourth form, like this artillery right here, actually does double damage. So like this tree guy coming up right here has 2 hit points, but because we're in the artillery, it only takes 1 hit. Also, on the bosses, it's going to do double damage, so it's going to make them take significantly less time. But we're going and racing through. There's not that much. The awesome thing about Felix for Game Boy is if you are out there and you want to learn a speedrun, Felix the cat is a great way to start. There's not many things that can go wrong, and it's just fun. So as you can see here in the boss, when he comes out of his iframes, he'll actually, if the artillery shot is sitting inside of him, when he comes out of the iframes, he just gets hit immediately. So we're going to take advantage of that. And cutscene skip. There we go. And now we're on to 2-1, which is a flying level. So on the flying levels, which there's several in the game, there's actually a completely different set of upgrades that we're going to collect with our Felix coins, which we'll see those coming up here shortly. Alright, so now we're in stage 2. Now there's only 3 forms in the flying Felix, I guess is what I should call it. So you're going to turn into this hot air balloon, and then you'll turn into a jet. Or not really a jet, it's more like a fighter plane, but like a World War I plane. So there we go, we took him out. And right here at the end, it can get really laggy, so I'm going to try and take out that cannon, and then take out this bird. Okay, and now we're smooth sailing. That's one of those lag management things. It's actually super important in this speedrun, is to try and get as many bad guys off the screen as you can. But now, because we were Final Form Felix, as the plane, we'll have it for the next stage. Like right now, we're in the artillery because we had it on the previous stage. So it's really... It's kind of a cool feature that you get to carry it over to the next stages. You don't have to like re-earn the upgrades. So we're gonna have to do a quick pit stop here. There we go. Get the artillery again for the boss coming up. Each world has 2 stages, except for World 5. That one has 1 stage. I'd follow it up with a reason why, but I don't have one. So right now we're almost at the end. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Bang. Almost had the perfect kill on both. So, there we are, another boss down, and we're moving on to World 3, where we're going to see more of... It's just more of the regular form Felix, and it ends with a flying level boss, which is going to be very similar to the underwater boss we're going to be fighting in World 4. More on that coming soon. Alright, so, we're actually going to do a warp in this stage. There are these Felix bags around the levels that function similar to Mario warp drains, and this one in particular just happens to take us very, very much further into the stage, so we save a lot of time taking that bag instead of just running through the stage. There we go, and just like that, we're through here. So where does this place on your list of game-starred cartoon cats? Pretty high, I'd say. I think the only other... No, actually, you know what? I would say that there's only 3 cat games I think I've played. 3 retro cat games I think I've played. And that's A Weekend with Garfield, which I think we're better off just not talking about. Felix the Cat for Game Boy. I guess if you want to cat Felix the Cat for NES. And then Samurai Pizza Cats for the Famicom. And Samurai Pizza Cats is a great game, so I'm going to put that one at number 1. However, I haven't really played the NES one that much. Whoops, bonked there. So I'm going to say the Game Boy one's better, and someone might disagree, and I wouldn't necessarily have anything to back myself up on that opinion. So as long as we avoid the milk here, every 5 tokens you'll get with a milk, which is, it normally just looks like points, but if you notice in the lower left, there are these little hearts ticking down, and you actually lose your upgrade if you run out of hearts, and you'll just go down to the previous form. But the milk will actually replenish those hearts. So unfortunately I picked one up there, but ideally we don't want that many hearts because it's part of this fanfare at the end of the stage, and the less we have, the less we have to wait for it to tick down. Alright, so here we are going to World 4. Yeah, I've seen that game. I think that's a Sega Genesis game, right? I just haven't played it. Okay, so unfortunately we don't actually see this form of Felix again, so we've kind of got a life raft Felix going on, and then we turn into Dolphin Felix. That was pretty lucky. I was not expecting that to happen. I mean, that was anticipated. Did you see that excellent gameplay? But here we are as Dolphin Felix. This is there's only one upgrade for this form of Felix, but again, we don't see it again either. So we're just going to go ahead and finish out this stage, and then we're going to see another unique form of Felix on the next stage, where we're going underwater. Now, we ended the stage on 32 tokens, which is actually something I was not paying attention to and could actually bite us here. There are only so many tokens between you and the last boss on this level, so you want to try and come in with a high number of tokens, but not 9. It's like 1, 2, and 3 are bad, 5 is bad, and 9 is bad, but anything else is fine. Which I'm going to go ahead and grab this extra token down here. So we're going to turn into Turtle Felix now. Now notice something here. When I shoot this shot, you see how the bubble wiggles up and down? Hey, it actually hit it. Okay, so there's a chance when I shoot that bubble that it'll actually go either around or above or below or whatever that jellyfish and miss it, and that kind of stinks when that happens. So we need 4 more tokens, so I'm probably going to have to do a pit stop to get tokens here. Fortunately, we will need to be the final form of Felix for this last boss, and there's only a finite number of tokens, so here we go. Unoptimal route, but we got it. And now we're Submarine Felix. He has a sub of his own face. So this is very similar to the level we did earlier in the plane. And, alright, he's down. And now we're on to World 5. This is the auto-scroller level that you only have 1 hit point, so it can be kind of nerve-wracking because there also are no checkpoints. But if we have any donations or anything, any blurbs, it'd be a great time during this next stage.
Yeah, so I do just want to remind everyone again to get those donations in. $50 can deliver early childhood education essentials where needed, like books, games, software, and supplies, intended to make up for lost learning time. Again, that doesn't have to be $50 from one person. It could be $1 from 50 people, so do get those donations in, whatever you can give.
Awesome, thank you. So, this stage features little saucers that have Dragon Quest slimes and they're little floating meatballs. I think they're supposed to be asteroids. Anyway, we're going to just try to keep those as managed as possible. Ultimately, the only thing we can do to speed up this stage is remove these from the screen to reduce lag. And it does make an impact. If you were to remove everything on the stage, like every asteroid, every Dragon Quest slime, you would probably save about 3 seconds. So it's not insignificant. It's also important to note that the more area you try to control with Felix, the more, you know, things you try to remove from the screen, the higher risk you run of getting hit. And again, you only have one hit point because there are no upgrades, and there are no checkpoints. So if you go down, you restart from the beginning. And that's the end of World 5 for some reason. So now we're on to the last world. World 6. Again, we're just going to try and manage these guys. Sometimes you make it through there without getting hit. It's not that big of a deal if you don't, though, because there are a bunch of tokens right after. So we're racing on through. Gonna avoid this one. Nope, we're not. Alright, okay. We're not gonna avoid that one. We'll wait for this one. So that's another one that sometimes you can just make it under it, and sometimes you can't. I think it's a sub-pixel thing that it's really awesome when it works out and kind of a bummer when it doesn't. But, yep, so that's that. So now we're on to the last stage. So this level can be a little nerve-wracking because there are quite a few things that can go wrong. There's a lot of moving platforms, and like I mentioned on the first level, these cause a lot of lag in the game. Not just like, it doesn't matter if you're interacting with it or not. If it's on the screen, it's causing lag. Like right now, the game is moving so slow. You might not be able to see it, but I can feel it. So here we go. You see that clip? We clipped about 1 pixel into that platform. That's the best glitch in this game, by the way, everyone. That's top notch right there. We saved 1 pixel. Alright, so here we go. Nerve-wracking. This platform sucks. I have lost runs to that jump right there off that moving platform onto the last boss. Alright, so we have to hit the boss 8 times. 2, 3. That's fine. These little bags actually have a bunch of tokens in it, so if you were to make it here on your casual playthrough and not have enough upgrades to finish the boss, or you're feeling nervous or whatever, you can just stop in those bags and get your upgrades. So this should be last, I think? Yeah, time. Alright, so that was Felix the Cat for Game Boy. Super easy game, super fun game, I'd say. If you're new to speedrunning, I'd heavily consider trying out this game. This is a great place to start. But, yeah, so that's that. Hopefully, I think we got pretty good time there. Let's see, what do we got? Is that 12:22? That's not bad at all. So, hopefully made up underestimate there. Unfortunately, we couldn't on Mario Land by about 6 seconds. But next we have Dynasty Warriors 5 for PS2. That game is a bit longer, but yeah, it's a bit longer, but it'll be fun to watch. So sit tight, and we'll be back shortly with that. And thank you for the GG. Thanks, guys, for the GG.
Alright, what's up everyone? That was quite the game, starring a cartoon cat. A very fun watch. Another game I've never heard of, so we are having quite the night here at Dale Dug headquarters. Coming up next is Dynasty Warriors 5, which if you know the NASA history, you know the lore, then you know that this is a game that I actually put money towards being in the marathon. When they were doing the stream for making the schedule, I donated. I subscribed to make sure that they would put this in the marathon. True story. There's a VOD with it. Does not look like we have any donations coming in, so be sure to get those in. So I have things to talk about because I'm getting tired and running out of things to say. But yeah. Get excited for Dynasty Warriors 5. That's really the point I want to get across. It's a video game. We do have some some bid wars coming up early tomorrow. If you do subscribe to the NASA channel, which is also something you can do with your money if for some reason you don't want to donate to a great cause. My favorite personally is Save or Kill the Guest, Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. I'm not really sure what that entails, but let me tell you, I'm excited to see it in action. We also have a glitch exhibition for Jazz Jackrabbit 2, as well as the ability to decide a character name for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. All stuff that's happening tomorrow. Further on into the day, it looks like you have a very big bid war for Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy XIII, New Game Plus Dash. That's quite the long name there. You have a lot of different colors. You could choose what color the character is going to be wearing, the character being Lightning. So, a lot of stuff coming up that you can put your money towards if you want to see it. Make sure to get those donations in if you're interested in any of that. Especially Save or Kill the Guest, because I want to see a roller coaster get derailed. Let's make it happen. So, I'm gonna... Is there a donation incentive for Lightning to look like a better character? That's quite the idea. I do like it. Big word on that one. I'll give it the big retweet. I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back on over to the technical staff, have them run a quick video about Save the Children and what that cause is all about. So enjoy the video.
بلبنان عايشين في خيمتنا صايرة جملون عايشين فيها أنا وأمي وأخواتي وأبوي. أتذكر أحلامي الحلوة، أتذكر بيتنا كيف كان، بس هلأ انهدم. نرجع على بيتنا ونعيش بسلام بس. لما جينا رحلنا لهون صار حالتنا ضيقة كتير. أنا رحت أشتغل بالاستيراد، صار الزعران بعيطولي بيقولوا لي أنا بعطيك مصاري وتعي معي. شغل في زعران بيلطشونا بالمدرسة، ما في حدا بيلطشنا، في استاذية واستاذيات. تعلمت إنه نحن بهذا العمر لازم هلا بنكون على المدرسة منه نصير كبار. عطتنا مبلغ ساعدنا الأطفال.